Today we are looking at Elexium.Finance's lock mechanism. To create a lock, you will need Elexium that you've either earned via farming or brought through the Elexium.Finance DApp. Take those Elexium to the lock page and begin by creating a lock. Click Create Lock. Choose the amount of Elexium you want to use and choose for how long you want to lock it for. Here we'll tell you how many days, the VEX voting power, and the unlock time and date. Use the sliding bar to adjust. Click Let's go to sign that transaction. You will then see lock created and your lock will appear here on the locks page. Let's move on to the buttons below our lock. We'll start with the increase button. By clicking this, you can choose the amount that you would like to increase your lock for, therefore increasing your voting power. Clicking, let's go and click sign. See the transaction is pending here, and your previous transactions. That locked amount is now increased. Moving back to the lock page. Next we have the extend lock button. By clicking this we can choose to extend our lock by time, again increasing our voting power. The next thing we can do is transfer. Let's take note of what a lock is, an NFT. So the lock is found here in my extension wallet under NFT. What this means is that I can transfer this NFT to somebody else, and they can therefore take over the lock and claim the rewards. By clicking the transfer button, we can do that. All we need to do is enter the address that we want to send this to, and click Let's Go. Sign the transaction, and we have now transferred that NFT or lock to another wallet. Next, we will look at the merge button. Before we can merge, we must reset our lock, so I'll do so now. To reset our lock simply means to set our votes to nil instead of the currently selected pool. We'll talk about voting in the next video. I'll do so again with the next one. Once that has happened, I can now merge those two locks together. We'll now go ahead and click the merge button once those two have been reset. Click Let's Go. And now, that will go ahead and merge those two locks together, giving that a combined voting power of 22,000. Let's talk about the poke button next. Now, imagine you have a lock that had 1x. You vote for a pool with 1x voting power. If the same epoch you add one more x to that lock, your existing vote will still be 1x. So, you need to re-vote with your new voting power. You can manually select the same pools and vote, or just poke. It will repeat your last vote. After the next epoch started, if you claim your rebase and then vote, you won't need to poke. But if for some reason you voted first and then claimed your rebase, you should poke. This is the same if you merge. If your lock was already voting, after you merged, you need to poke. It means that if you perform a function on your lock after a vote, then you need to re-vote. You can do it manually, or you can poke to vote the same as last vote. And finally, here we have the reset button, and that simply resets the power that is being distributed to a specific vote. So, if I click that reset button, my vote has been reset and I will need to re-vote. And that wraps up our first tutorial. Thanks for voting for us.